If we get more inventory, it will lower prices, guys. It will lower prices if we get more inventory. We don't have it right now.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
I'm going to start off with an article I found in the RJ, and the headline of this article is from Zillow. Las Vegas is short 32K homes as housing deficit continues to grow. This is written by...
You said 32K.
I did say 32K.
What does that even mean?
32,000. Okay, 32,000. I said it as it was written. I mean, you know, K is 1,000. I'm
siding with Harvey on this one.
I'm just going to say.
I don't know. You can't use 32K on the radio.
It says it on the title.
This is written by Patrick Blennerhassett of the RJ. And in the article, he talks about what's happening with the housing short. And then Patrick's been, he has been passionate about this topic for a while because he's been really chasing the idea that we don't have enough land. And that's really been an issue here.
Yeah, sure.
Let's talk about that. In the article, he goes on to say Las Vegas Valley is short approximately 32,100 approximately. 32,192 homes.
That many digits.
A number that has risen over the past few years according to a new report from Zillow. So Zillow came up with that number, but then called it approximate.
Yeah.
So interesting that they would do that.
Exact
they couldn't say 32,000.
I'm surprised they didn't say 192 and a half.
There you go.
You know.
The Zillow study, which pulled data from the U.S. Census Bureau, looked at prime years before, during, and after the pandemic, when the most dramatic changes in the nation's real estate landscape took place, showcasing the massive impact of COVID-19 had on the housing market. Let me just reference that for just a second. During that pandemic, you heard me talk about the idea of a reshuffling of the deck. Everybody in their home spent more time in their home, and they realized they didn't like where they were, so they either got a bigger, smaller, further, or closer home. They got something else because they didn't like spending all that time in the home they were in at the time.
Rick.
And that yeah. Yeah.
I didn't move.
So back in 2019, the Valley had an estimated deficit of 11,901, and Zillow noted its study at the end of 2023, existing inventory in the Valley was down 38% compared to pre-pandemic norms. Now, the Valley had 899,870 housing units in 2019, a number that increased to 935,949 in 2023. This is an interesting number because I've always wondered about how many housing units we had here in the Valley.
Sure.
We talk about numbers, it went up this much, went down, whatever, and this is, I'm not going to mispronounce this name, and forgive me, Orphe Davigny, or
sounds good.
Davungi, a senior economist with Zillow, said the expansion did not adequately keep up with the area's growth rate, which look, those of us in real estate understand this. And now it's not just homes for sale either. This is homes for rent too. They're talking about both rental and owned occupied units. It said Las Vegas added about 36,000 housing units between 2019 and 23, mostly on the for sale side, but the number of families living in Las Vegas grew twice as fast, and despite the large increase in supply, the housing unit deficit nearly tripled over 4 years, growing last year to 12,000, over 32,000.
What does that mean when they say mostly on the for sale side?
Well, okay,
I guess
they're
versus rental units.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I needed a second to click.
So that's where I got the idea. This includes all of them. It includes rental units and owner occupied units as well.
Okay, so rental apartments as well as houses.
Yeah.
And
So basically,
place to live, John.
Let's talk about that number: 935,949. So roughly 1 million homes in our
I'll
valley,
give you that as a round
and
number.
with a population of 2.7 right now, 2.8
Mid
million.
twos.
It makes sense. What's the average family size?
There you go. That's what I'm saying. It's like
2.5.
right. So that's what you're seeing. Is there's some
Couple 100,000 people. Divide that by 2.5. There's your shortage.
and that's where we are. That's where we are. And John loves this data.
And Zillow had to do that. I just
My eyes are starting to glaze over.
On one hand, okay, so this is again from that same person from Zillow. On one hand, housing construction is slowing. More inventory and downward price pressures are already causing builders to pull back. On the other hand, family formation is also likely to slow down heading forward. The Valley dropped its number of vacant units from 116,347 in 2019 to 88,583 in 2023. However, the overall total number of available units for housing dropped from 45,299 to 33,670, which means less homes are now available to rent or buy.
Sure.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff that we just kind of... I want to chew on this for just a second with the idea, okay, we have a housing shortage in Las Vegas. Across the country, we have a housing shortage. But here in Las Vegas, it's pretty acute. It's pretty serious. And what the result of this is that what we're seeing is a lot of things that are happening. One of them is multi-gen. You're seeing kids move in with parents, parents move in with kids. You're seeing all kinds of things happening where families are combining.
For affordability reasons,
yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. And this is not unique in our country. This happened a lot back in the 1950s and 60s.
Sure.
Where families combined. And then you could buy a house for $7,000. But
you only
$7,000
make $200
if you were rich.
But that's right. You were only making $1,000 a year then. So it was
Right, it's
the
crazy.
ratios were bad then too. Housing was not as affordable as it was, say, during the pandemic or just prior to the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so now you're seeing that situation. And what it means is that we just need more homes. Again,
But wait a
supply and
second.
demand.
On social media, I'm hearing that there's so many more homes for sale. It's up 77% in the last year, and that means all this, right?
Yeah.
Why it's a shortage on one hand, and there's too many on the other.
That's
Yeah.
because they're renting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
They're
interesting.
on the other side.
Yeah.
Who's the social media people are renting? Who are you saying is renting?
Well, actually, the people who are writing those, they're renting.
They're renting.
The people writing those articles are renting. I'm going to tell you that for sure.
Okay.
But ultimately, okay. So what it's all about? Again, we talk about this all the time, guys. It's supply and demand. I mean, when you don't have enough supply and you still have a reasonable amount of demand, prices are forced up. That's what happens. That's
Yes.
that's economics. Economics 101.
Right.
We need more. If we get more inventory, it will lower prices, guys. It will lower prices if we get more inventory. We don't have it right now. It's not
How
happening.
much more inventory would be needed?
A lot.
I think so too.
We need a lot because we're behind right now. We just need to catch up to get norm. And if you want to really price to drop, you got to get above that. You got to have more.
Yes.
You've got to have more supply than the demand requires.
I'm not.
So if we have 1 million homes out there, roughly in the market,
Doors. We'll call them doors.
okay,
Okay.
that's fair. That's
I like
fair.
that. Doors.
If make it harder on people, we'll call them doors. Because we all think in terms of doors, Mr. Title Man. No. How much is the right amount of inventory to have a fully balanced market where buyers and sellers have equal weight in the transaction?
Well, according to Zillow, we need another 30,000. I mean, that's what Zillow's saying. We're 30,000 short to make.
I think it's 1 for 1.
Yeah.
If you have 1 million people that want a home, you need 1 million homes. That's completely balanced.
That's
right.
That's crazy talk.
Right. It's crazy, but that's why we come up with these articles.
Yeah.
The average is about 65% of the population will become homeowners. So, if it's somewhere in the neighborhood of, for 1 million people, you need 650,000 homes.
Yeah.
Now that's separate from rental properties like
Right.
apartments and things where you don't have to be a homeowner, but still. I don't know if we're running on total inventory right now somewhere.
12, 13 probably.
That's inclusive of townhomes,
condos,
That's everything.
condos.
What do you have?
Like 12 or 13,000.
12 or 13,000. Okay. I've got 7,500 single
Single
family.
family.
Actually, I'm going to do the monthly market update.
Yeah,
Oh, are you?
So I
am.
bet you
I'm
it's
going to do that in a
gonna
little
be-
All right,
bit.
let's keep everybody in
I think
suspense.
it's around 12, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's getting back to normal numbers. It's getting close to normal numbers in terms of what we would normally have.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it still needs to go up a little bit from there. This is not a huge inventory.
My number in my head is somewhere between 16 and 20,000 available homes.
Okay.
Or
Overall.
properties, doors.
Makes balance.
16 to 20,000 doors available to be purchased in order for it to be fully balanced.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my
I would
sense.
say 16. If we get over 20, we're going to see the price decreasing at that point.
I think so too. Because
You can see
agrees
some
with me.
softness.
because right now what's happening is that we have less demand as well. There's not as much demand right now.
And that's the magic, or like the key point right today.
Right. That's it. But if demand were to get back to a normal level, then we'd be
we'd be way under.
We absolutely we would see prices start to really shoot up, and
Yes.
demand got to a normal level, which it might. It may happen. We just don't know what's going to happen in terms of interest rates and everything else. Whatever's going to spike that demand, something could happen.